You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to review episode 9 of Game of Thrones, The Watchers on the Wall. Oh shit. Oh man, what an episode. Is it just me, or did anybody else have like goosebumps throughout the whole episode, or at least pretty much? Like, I had so many goosebumps, I thought I was breaking out in measles. I'm saying, it's just crazy. Incredible. Probably, the special effects were really good. Considering the budget these guys are allowed, the way they made the whole scene, the wall, all the stuff going on the wall, the wildlings, the Night's Watch, all the battles, very, very, very good job on there. I got to give it to them. I got to give this episode and the people who worked on it credit for the amount of work done, and it was just an incredible episode. Now, obviously, this was expected. We didn't escape the wall at all. From the beginning of the show all the way to the end was all on the wall, prepping for the battle, building up, and they built up really well. They did a good job. Started off with Sam and Jon on top of the wall, discussing his experience with the Ygritte, and obviously he had a hard time explaining it and how it felt and things like that. But Sam, I could understand that. He wanted to get an idea of what it was like to make love to a woman. He figures he's about to die. The least I can do is hear what it's like. But so that was a cool like brother moment. You know what I mean? Then we cut to the there's so much went on. I was really kind of surprised of how much they actually got into this episode, and even then they still finished it early. When the credits started rolling, it was almost like 10 to 10. It was like 9:52 when I saw the credits roll. So, we see that there's wildlings on both sides. You got the large army on the side where the wall is, and then you got the other army that kind of worked their way around to come in from the front. So they're camping out. There's Ygritte making arrows, and she's hearing the story that, and again, I don't, the guy that looks like, Carrot Top, that's what I call him. Sorry guys, don't know his name. I know, would you learn his name? Look, when you come on here and you do this and you start forgetting names, then we'll talk, okay? Carrot Top. All right, so so anyway, he's telling his story about this woman and this and that, and she just gets annoyed. She was like, I don't want to hear how you talk about fucking a bear. And this is so funny. She's so dead set on killing Jon. And I got to give it to her, man. She's badass. She rode right up to that dude's face and was like, anyone here, kill Jon Snow. I got an arrow for you. And I thought it was cool how in the background, you see Gilly making her way to the wall. Surprisingly, nobody noticed her. I was very surprised. I really thought that the reason they highlighted that was because someone was going to get her. But she makes her way to the wall. She gets in there. Sam insists that, they let her in, that Pip lets her in. And, she's warning and stuff like this. And she tells about what happened at the town. So he puts her, they have their little moment. And he's like, look, I'll never leave your side, blah, blah, blah. Because you know what? Say what you want about Sam. Hey, he has protected her, man. He has really, really done a fantastic job for a guy with little fighting experience. And hey, power to fat, right? There we go. That's it. Yeah, motherfuckers. All right. So, so anyway, so he takes her down to the meat locker or the freezer. And, this moment gave me chills. For whatever reason, it's probably the best line Sam ever had. When she's like, you promised me you wouldn't leave my side. And he was like, well, I wasn't going to be in the same room with you. And she's like, you have to stay with me. And, she's begging him not to go out there. And she, he tells her, look, I made a promise. I promised to be a man of the Night's Watch, to fight with my brothers. And then he was like, because that's what a man does. Man, I got fired up. And it's funny. I don't normally take notes. I took notes this time. And I wrote down on that part, I put down, Sam becomes a man. Because really he does. In some ways he already became one because, the whole thing of escorting her. out of Crasser's Keep and through the forest and killing a White Walker. But really that moment, because Sam in the past has been a coward. And you know what? He had every reason to stay there with her. And I don't think any of his brothers would have questioned him. And even us as a viewer wouldn't have questioned him. But the fact that he was willing to put himself out there to sacrifice his life for his brothers and not think about the poontang, you know? Hey, man, bros before hoes, right? Oh, shit. Anyway, no, but it was a very good scene. It was a very good scene. He stepped up. He stepped up, man. He really stepped up. So he goes back out, and you know, night's approaching. The fires are out. There's Mance's fire that he said that he would set all the way in the background. The horn is blowing. The little raid group is starting to make their way to the front door, and you know, you see Pip is very afraid. Sam seems much more put together than Pip at this moment, but he's already been battle tested. Pip hasn't. And, you know, so even the dude, and again, here we go. I'm going to hear this all day for the names. I call him Drill Sergeant, because I really didn't like the guy, and I didn't care enough to remember his name. But you guys know who I'm talking about, the leader of the Night's Watch. And even him, man, I got to give him credit in this show. Like, as much as I don't like him, and I don't like how he treats Jon, because Jon is like my #1 favorite character. He did his thing. He did his thing. He even told Jon, he said, "Hey, if we make it through the night, man, you know, I'll keep continuing to wish that the wildling would have killed you, and you can keep second guessing me," or some shit along those lines. And you know, he went down. He kind of gave. I don't want to say he gave command to Jon, because there was the other dude, the poor excuse for a former King's Guard. That was just, and that's another guy I don't care about. And he turned out to be a twat. You know, he was former Kings of the Night's Watch or whatever, or former King's Guard turned out to be a twat. So there's Jon manning the top of the wall. They breach the other side of the wall, the little raid group. They make their way in. You see the army coming out, and then you see the mammoths and the giants riding the mammoths. Holy shit, that was epic. That was so well done. And you see them, and they're just trudging along, and the arrows are going. It was just a great, great battle. I mean, the whole battle, I'm fired up. I'm like, yeah, I'm like cheering, but nothing kills it. Nothing killed it for me, and I don't mean in a bad way. I mean killed in a good way. Nothing killed it for me when they unleashed the pendulum. Oh man, talk about a bad-ass invention. I did not see that coming. They released the pendulum. Anybody on the wall, slice, gone. They were lucky enough to get rid of the one mammoth, and they killed that one giant. So that was epic. And then the other giant, broke open the door. Well, not broke open, but he got so upset when he saw the other giant killed that he like hulked up, lifted the gate. There's the other group of Night's Watch, including the other guy that's part of that little group, that ragtag group of Pip, Sam. Again, another name I forget. These are just guys I don't see often enough to remember their name. So there's the giant in the tunnel, and they stood their ground, and they killed him, and they all died, because that's a big motherfucker. If he lands on you, you're dead. But they got him. They stopped him. And I was kind of amazed that towards the end of the episode, they all made it, not all of them, but they managed to stop Mance Rayder. Now, it's not over. You know, he still has tons of giants, tons of mammoths, tons of men. They stopped the raid on the other side, but they took a lot of losses, you know. Now, probably the most what the fuck scene, but at the same time, the most somewhat, I don't want to say satisfying, but satisfying for a character, Ygritte's death. Talk about karma. So she has Jon dead to rights. She obviously hesitates because she still loves him. That's why she's so pissed. And he did his thing too. Jon, when he came down from the top of the wall, boy, he tore ass. He was beating everyone's ass. And he had a hard time with that one wildling, the bald head guy that likes to eat humans or eat men's meat. And that was a good fight scene. Them two duking it out. I really thought, you know what I thought was going to happen? I thought he got the best of him, and I thought Ygritte was going to kill him because she didn't want him to kill Jon. But Jon took him out with the hammer. You know, hammer time. He dropped the hammer on him. Ygritte had him dead to rights. She hesitated, and who kills her? The little boy, the son of the man that Ygritte killed a couple episodes ago when they were raiding the village. Redemption. He redeemed his father's death. Good on that kid. And Jon, heartbroken, but he has to understand that kid probably saved his life. I don't know if Ygritte wouldn't have shot. She hesitated, but I don't think she wouldn't have shot him. So, she dies in his arms, and it's a bittersweet moment because, I don't want to see Jon die. I'm glad that she got killed if it means saving him. But you know that she still loved him. You know that he still loved her. It was a very, very, like I said, bittersweet moment. The episode was just phenomenal. And I mean, there's so much that happened. I think I covered mostly everything. There was a nice little conversation with Sam and the Targaryen. I think it's E.T.N Targaryen was his name. Sorry, he only said it. This is only the second time I've heard him say his first name. The last time I heard it was when he was talking to Jon Snow a couple of seasons ago, when Jon Snow was feeding the crows. But that was a nice little conversation, and the way he ended it was kind of funny too. So, but look, fantastic episode. I mean, it was, considering it was all happening at the wall, I was a little concerned with that, but they did it so well. They did an excellent job building up the anticipation of what was going to come. I thought the battles were phenomenal. I thought the biggest what the fuck moment was the pendulum swinging off the wall. That was just, I did not expect that. That was fantastic. Jon Snow doing his thing was great to see because we haven't seen him battle that much. We've only seen him have a couple of sword fights here and there, but it was great to see him get down there and really whoop ass. I mean, he took out about a couple of guys, and it was just a great, fun episode to watch. This season has been near flawless, in my opinion. Every episode I have enjoyed. Everything that has happened leading to this point, Joffrey's death, Prince Oberyn's death was heartbreaking. Everything that has gone up to this point has just been fantastic. I know we're in store for something big next episode. The trailer that they showed after the show is very, very, didn't show too much, but we'll do a preview of this video this week of next episode. We'll speculate, we'll talk, see what's going to happen. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's it. The war on the wall continues. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page.